Forget about the red carpets and staged interviews. These stories delve into the fascinating and sometimes unsettling hidden lives of celebrities from all walks of fame. From hidden phobias to unbelievable heists, and even rumoured pacts with the devil. This collection dives into the unexpected and sometimes shocking secrets celebrities have tried to keep hidden. So get ready to be surprised as we explore the bizarre and strange secrets celebrities have tried to keep under wraps. Justin Bieber, beyond the rumours. You've likely heard many things about Justin Bieber, but have you heard this? Some fans speculate he might be a reptilian shapeshifter. Now, before you jump to conclusions, there's no real evidence to support this unusual theory. It mostly relies on rumours and unverified sightings. However, it does show the strong connection some fans feel with Bieber. They're so invested in his life that they create elaborate stories to explain his actions or appearance. Perhaps the title of his 2020 album, Changes, sparked some of this speculation. After all, who doesn't change as they grow up? Instead of focusing on these outlandish theories, let's celebrate Justin Bieber's music and the impact he's had on millions of fans. Beyoncé pregnancy theories. When it comes to Beyoncé and pregnancy, there are two different conspiracies circulating. The first one involves Beyoncé and her sister Solange, or rather, her daughter. The theory suggests that Beyoncé became pregnant at a young age, and her family covered it up by portraying them as sisters. Despite the fact that Beyoncé and Solange are only about 5 years apart in age, proponents of this theory claim that Beyoncé's real birth year is 1974, and any other claims were fabricated to fit the sibling story. The second, more far-fetched theory revolves around Blue Ivy Carter's birth, speculating that she was born from a surrogate due to a dress crease that raised suspicion. This moment, captured as Beyoncé sat down with Molly Meldrum, caused a worldwide controversy. Whether these theories hold any truth remains uncertain, but they continue to spark debate and speculation among fans. Who saved Blanche Monnier? On the 23rd of May 1901, the Attorney General of Paris received an anonymous note which read, "Monsieur Attorney General, I have the honor to inform you of an exceptionally serious occurrence. I speak of a spinster who's locked up in Madame Monnier's house, half-starved and living on a putrid litter for the past 25 years. In a word, in her own filth." The Attorney General issued an order for the police to investigate the matter. One of the policemen arriving on the scene described what he found. The unfortunate woman was lying completely naked on a rotten straw mattress. All around her was formed a sort of crust made from excrement, fragments of meat, vegetables, fish and rotten bread. We also saw oyster shells and bugs running across Mademoiselle Monnier's bed. The air was so unbreathable, the odour given off by the room was so rank that it was impossible for us to stay any longer to proceed with our investigation. Blanche Monnier was a rich lady from France. She wanted to marry a man who was not rich like her, but her mum didn't like this idea. She locked Blanche in a small room to stop her from marrying the man. Blanche's mum and brother told everyone that she was dead. They kept Blanche hidden for 25 years. Then someone sent a secret letter to the police. It told them about Blanche. People got really mad when they found out. They went to Blanche's house and caused trouble. Blanche's mum soon died after this happened. Her brother had to go to court, but he didn't get punished because the court thought he didn't understand what he did wrong. Being trapped for so long made Blanche very sick in her mind. She had problems like not wanting to eat, showing herself to people, and liking dirty things. She stayed in a hospital for people with mental problems until she died in 1913. Even though Blanche was rich and famous, people remember her more for being locked up than for anything else. Nobody knows who sent the letter to the police. It's still a big mystery. Is Katy Perry actually John Bennett Ramsey? Among the various theories surrounding John Bennett Ramsey's case, one stands out for its sheer absurdity. The theory suggests that John Bennett Ramsey, the tragic child beauty queen, didn't actually die, but instead grew up to become Katy Perry, one of the world's biggest pop stars. The theory gained traction after a 2014 video resurfaced online, prompting speculation about Perry's true identity. Believers of this theory point to supposed similarities in appearance between Perry and Ramsey, as well as alleged resemblances between their respective parents. However, the idea that Katy Perry is John Bennett Ramsey is widely regarded as outrageous and lacking any credible evidence. While conspiracy theories surrounding Ramsey's case continue to circulate, this particular notion remains firmly in the realm of fantasy. Everything Shia LaBeouf has ever done. Ah yes, Shia LaBeouf. There is no way that a list like this cannot include the actor that seemed so normal during his appearances in movies like Transformers, but turned out to be stranger than anyone could have ever imagined. He's the guy that was accused of plagiarism and then also of plagiarizing his apology regarding the plagiarism. He decided to wear a paper bag over his head on the red carpet with the words, "I'm not famous anymore," written on it, leaving his fans baffled. LaBeouf is also the guy that at the age of 28 decided to appear in a Sia music video alongside 11-year-old Maddie Ziegler. In the video, the two tussle while wearing skin-colored leotards and shorts. Sia's social media feeds were inundated with negative reactions from viewers who found the content concerning, expressing concerns about the portrayal of sensitive themes such as child safety and appropriate boundaries. Sia apologized quickly, but the controversy didn't stop the video from racking up over 4 million views on YouTube in one day. A lot of LaBeouf's shenanigans were excused as art exhibitions and performance art, but what he was thinking when he live-streamed himself in 2015 while watching all his movies in reverse chronological order, we'll probably never know. He invited people to join him in the theater, and at one point the line to just get into the theater was 12 hours long. After shaking a lot of hands and looking very confused during some of his movies, he took a couple of naps in the aisle next to his seat before returning his attention to the screen. Disappearance of Joe Pichler. Joe Pichler was a child actor who is best known for his roles in the Beethoven movies about a dog named Beethoven and stints in various TV series in the late 1990s and early 2000s. After establishing himself as a Hollywood actor with a promising future, his parents felt he would be better served, at least for the time being, returning home to complete high school. He moved back to his hometown of Bremerton, Washington in 2003 and graduated from high school 2 years later. His intention was to return to Hollywood the following year, once his dental braces were removed. And then he vanished. On the night of the 9th of January 2006, Joe's car was found with all of his belongings intact except his wallet and car keys. He had also uncharacteristically left his home unlocked with all the lights on. Poetry found in the car suggested that Pichler was down in the dumps, but no significant evidence was found to support the case that he was suicidal. Police suspected he may have jumped from a nearby bridge, but sniffer dogs found no trace of him there, nor any indications that he'd walked by recently. Strangely, the parents accused the police of not actively trying to investigate the case as no fingerprints were taken. The case remains open. Dallas's Debbie disappears. What 80s schoolboy didn't see or at least hear of Debbie Does Dallas, the 1978 film by Jim Buckley? It was lauded as one of the true great blue movies from what is now known as the Golden Age of 1969 to 1984. To this day, the picture remains the #1 best-known film in history. But what most people don't know is that Debbie disappeared without a trace. Furthermore, no one even knows who Debbie actually was. The actress playing the title role went by the stage name Bambi Woods. It was common in those days for stars to keep their real identities secret, as much of the industry operated outside of the law and there was considerable influence from the mafia. Woods took up acting in order to pay debts she owed. Debbie Does Dallas is the only film she starred in. For 2 years, Woods made appearances in public and lived a fairly extravagant and exotic life amongst the jet set of New York clubs Studio 54 and Plato's Retreat. And then, just like that, she vanished. Lurid rumors arose that she had died a brutal death of a drug overdose. A 2005 documentary, Debbie Does Dallas Uncovered, claimed to have found and interviewed the real Bambi Woods, alive and well in Iowa, keeping her past safely and secretly in the past. But then in 2007, a woman claiming to be Woods disputed via email virtually every claim in the documentary, except that of wanting to maintain her private life. Was one of these women the real Bambi Woods, or did Debbie die doing drugs? Deal with the devil? If there's one name that's practically synonymous with reality TV, it's Kim Kardashian. This raven-haired mogul has built an empire on her terms. Still, rumours have always swirled about how she achieved such monumental success. Some folks are convinced she struck a bargain with the devil himself. Let's dive into the gossip mill, shall we? Kim's rise to fame began with a certain leaked tape, which catapulted her into the spotlight. Critics argue that a seemingly overnight success is too good to be true. But here's the thing, folks, success doesn't always come with a satanic price tag. Kim Kardashian, a marketing genius in her own right, has an uncanny knack for staying relevant. From reality TV shows to beauty lines, she's proven that when it comes to entertainment, she's got the Midas touch. Action hero to dungeon master? Vin Diesel is known as a tough guy, and his roles in movies like The Fast and the Furious, Pitch Black and Triple X have done little to dispel that macho persona. But this tough guy might have the darkest secret of all. A secret so dark, so cloaked in mystery that Diesel has kept it locked away in the dungeon of his past for years. Until, during promotion for his movie The Last Witch Hunter, Diesel was forced to reveal his long-hidden truth. Vin Diesel is a closet Dungeons & Dragons player. Actually, maybe not quite closeted. Diesel has given plenty of hints to his love for the role-playing game throughout his career. Take for instance his role of Xander Cage in Triple X. Diesel insisted that the character of Cage have the name Melkor tattooed on his chest. Melkor just so happens to be the name of Diesel's real-life Dungeons & Dragons character. Another nod to Diesel's fandom came in 2004 when he wrote the foreword to 30 Years of Adventure, a celebration of Dungeons & Dragons. And then there was the time that Diesel posted a video on his own YouTube channel that featured him and others playing a game of Dungeons & Dragons that ended with Diesel declaring, "I just played a game of Dungeons & Dragons, and I had so much fun." Avril Lavigne is dead. There's a bizarre theory claiming that singer Avril Lavigne has been dead for years. According to this theory, she passed away after releasing her first studio album, Let Go. Allegedly, her record label covered up her death to keep making money off her popularity, using a body double named Melissa Vandella to impersonate her. Believers in this theory point to supposed changes in her persona and discrepancies in her appearance as evidence. However, Lavigne herself has denied these claims, saying it's strange that some people think she's not the real her. Patty Hearst. Patty Hearst was born lucky. As the granddaughter of William Randolph Hearst, think the 19th century Rupert Murdoch, she was the heir to the fortune her family built through a media empire that thrives to this day. Yet by the age of 19, it seemed that Hearst's luck may have finally run out. The world was shocked when, as a freshman at Berkeley University, Hearst was kidnapped from her dorm room by members of a homegrown terrorist group calling themselves the Symbionese Liberation Army. The urban terrorists abducted Hearst with the goal of extorting a ransom from Hearst's wealthy family. The plan may have worked too, but sometimes plans and allegiances can change. 2 months into her abduction, Hearst again shocked everyone by announcing her full-fledged allegiance to her captors via released audio tapes.
"I was positioned so that I could hold customers and bank personnel who were on the floor."
Some believe that Hearst was pressured into supporting the group, but all myths were dispelled when Hearst was caught on camera taking part in a bank robbery along with the SLA. Hearst was also culpable in extorting an estimated $2 million from her father during her abduction. In 1975, Hearst was arrested by the FBI, convicted of bank robbery, and sentenced to 35 years in prison. Her sentence was subsequently commuted by President Jimmy Carter, and Hearst was released in 1979. Many have questioned Hearst's actions during her abduction, and some have chalked up her behavior to Stockholm Syndrome, where a victim begins to identify with their captors over time. Maybe Hearst, scared and young, was desperate to cope with her circumstances in any way possible. We may never know. As for her part, Hearst has remained tight-lipped about her time with the SLA. Germaphobe. During a 2015 interview with Jonathan Ross, Priscilla Presley disclosed that her late ex-husband harbored an intense fear of germs, taking it to extreme lengths. She recounted how he adamantly refused to use anyone else's silverware, even at upscale restaurants. Priscilla revealed that due to his secret germophobia, Elvis never enjoyed dining at others' homes, as he would bring his own silverware, often causing uncomfortable situations. She explained he didn't like drinking from cups others had used, whether at restaurants or homes. When he drank, he'd ensure to hold the cup where the handle was, ensuring no one had drunk from that side. Priscilla noted that Elvis had been this way since childhood, having an aversion to putting his mouth where others had. This facet of his personality, largely unknown to the public, sheds light on the private side of the star. Reality versus Instagram. Singer Aubrey O'Day is known for her glamorous social media photos often showcasing her physique. However, recent paparazzi pictures showing her out walking her dog sparked a debate. These photos depicted a significantly different body shape than what O'Day typically presents online. O'Day fiercely defended her online image, claiming that paparazzi photos were manipulated. She even posted a seemingly unedited picture of herself holding a timestamp looking similar to her Instagram persona. Yet, just days later, O'Day was allegedly spotted at a pool resembling the original paparazzi photos more closely. The situation has become a mystery. While some speculate the paparazzi photos were indeed altered, others point to the matching tattoos as evidence it might be O'Day. The public is left wondering, is there more to the story behind Aubrey O'Day's online persona? The awful truth. Shannon, Bruce Lee's daughter, isn't as famous as her father. She hasn't had a tragic death or become a big movie star. Instead, she's a wife, mother, producer, actor, and businesswoman. She wants people to learn from her brother's death and supports mandatory gun safety training on film sets. Shannon carries on her father's legacy by founding the Bruce Lee Foundation, which organizes summer camps for kids to learn martial arts and his philosophy. She also manages Bruce Lee's Snapchat account through her daughter, Ren. Shannon initially found it hard to follow in her father's footsteps, especially in martial arts and Hollywood, but she eventually embraced them. She discovered a story her father had envisioned called Warrior, and teamed up with Justin Lin to bring it to life as a TV show. Shannon feels a strong connection to her father despite not having many memories of him. She admires her father's accomplishments and the principles he lived by, such as personal growth and self-actualization. Shannon believes the world misunderstands her father's legacy. Films like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, she argues, portray him as a flat, dispensable stereotype, an arrogant and hyper-competitive caricature. This, she asserts, couldn't be further from the truth. The biggest misconception, she believes, is that Bruce Lee was defined by hyper-masculinity, a burden many action stars face. Yes, his physical prowess was undeniable, but he sought to shatter stereotypes. His aspirations stretched far beyond portraying a man who could overpower a room full of bad guys. Bruce Lee wasn't a typical action star. He valued collaboration over competition, taught kung fu to people of all backgrounds, and promoted unity among humanity. He wanted to represent his Chinese heritage positively and fought against stereotypical roles. Shannon and her son are now responsible for preserving Bruce Lee's legacy and showing the world the true essence of his beliefs. That's all for today. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you can catch up my next video.